o'clock. Finally, we're starting to plant, and we're gonna get it.
This flank for Mel just gets denied before it even starts. Running Spectre to come through. Cloud9 though, they got the money. Lori wants to just secure it.
Oh yeah, she's smiling as she's running it down. Jaskin's trying to land onto 2, but it's not gonna work. That's Shopify Rebellion coming into this third map with a lot of confidence and a lot of attitude.
As they should. That A site defense looked good. Sure, C9, they got the spike down, but that's the power of the Sage, right? You saw the layers coming through, the Viper's Pit, the Mollies, the Shock Darts. Shopify having decent responses here. That ADS Bulldog to start things off.
That's powerful in all those contexts for those kills. We gotta figure out how we could shut her down here for C9, but also there's not too much map control that they're able to get. Very slow pacing. It's aggressive towards B.
Very aggressive. Lori, 2 members. Oh, Jazzy, that little crouch, that little tuck. And she even gets res online as well. 2 huge openings. The drone should push Flowerful off, but she feels like she's got to do more.
Flash doesn't even blind her, and she will do more. Finally, TP's away with 13 HP remaining. Meanwhile, KP...
Yeah, we've been seeing it, right? I mean, even on the Haven, pushing through in those numbers. There was even a 3rd member right on the heels in Flowerful. But Cloud9, we said they're prepped, they're ready for it, right? All those proactive pushing, and it's a lot of B main control. Even though the Viper's Pit goes down, that's a lot of HP.
The charge from Cloud9 to move inside the A site. Underhand flashes, Sunder full blinded, but she's hiding behind the wall. But Jazikin still able to drop a few, trying to... Lori just stands her ground in the back of the A site. Meanwhile, the rotate from Benita, stopped by Bob's lurk that you mentioned, Christine. But after the null command situation, but only 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left.
She has to commit now. The owl drone to ping her too. You have to land those shots. There's that first one, but there's no more time. Flowerful to even add insult to...
Usually you want to do a little bit more with that Viper's Pit. Force some sort of rotation to come to help the defenders in that Viper's Pit. But Benita was all alone. 4 defenders strong. Nobody fighting. Nobody. A bunch of utility to stop this plant.
So Alexis running behind the owl drone. Nice flash allows Jazikins to get first blood. Alexis already pushing.
Not had any success in finding those openings. Even when we think back, Sandra was full blind in a round, and she's just still able to dance and bob and weave and get another. So a good start mid here. She smells something funny.
Standing ahead.
Oh boy.
Run!
With a shorty!
Side of Icebox. This attack side, it's just all about conditioning. It's all about map control and deceiving the defenders and thinking you're actually taking ground and taking space. So really important for Bob to feel confident in this. 10 seconds.
We're pushing through the smoke. Nice flash from Alexis to get the kill. This should allow the plant now for a spawn, and you talked about that rotate. Mel catches one and continues to push forward. Punished by Flowerful, but we're still pushing towards the spawn.
Position, and the rest of the squad showed up. As the tap happens, the snowman swing happens, Mel goes into the kitchen, and it's a 2-prong attack.
With 10 seconds left on the clock.
Yes.
If Benita was able to land any type of shot, it might have delayed some things, and it could have been dangerous here for Cloud9. That's one thing to look out for C9, where Shopify could take advantage. And comes up, 23 seconds left on the clock. And because we're on an eco, it's hard to break the Sage wall. But Sonner still gets first blood into this round. 17 seconds, we're closing in now for Shopify Rebellion. Still no attempt for a plant, as now it's turning over in favor of Shopify Rebellion. Only one left to go for C9, and it's a thrifty for Shopify.
They just kind of enough to apply that pressure and not allow Cloud9 to think that they could actually plant. And man, it's just so back and forth, and it all comes down to the low weaponry, right? Your fear.
Oh, but the wall breaks. The battle ensues inside kitchen. It's going to be Mel that takes the upper hand against.
They're keeping the defenders at A. As long as you're able to have that process of elimination, figure out where the defenders are, you can make this timing between Mel and these mid players. This pinch, it's got to work for C9.
The 3 now walk across this poison orb.
so aware.
She has the drone.
Oh no.
Oh no, the timing off it. They're going to get her. KP falls, but Sonder fights. Trying to pop off. And that's Bob couldn't go for the spray onto the 2 kills.
I can do better. Shopify coming out so strong, and Cloud9, they've got to rethink for this last round how they want to approach this B main. You know, I keep talking about both initiators using that much utility to get the ground, but they haven't been. That retake looks entirely different. Shopify, what a first half coming through here.
Exactly, and that 0 point that we see just right here to actually stop so much utility from Shopify Rebellion for the retake came down to the positioning and crossfire from C9 to...
I'd like to have seen it. It does come back to what we're talking about with obviously Shopify playing. I don't want to say a little more passive, but it is a kind of stylistic overhaul with Sonda coming away from the duelist. But try and put Flowerful in some deeper positions, right? Try and build something around that. Mel was challenging as well with limited support. It was kind of posting up, whether it be with the operator or what, but only really showing presence, right?
Yes.
So I think Shopify were kind of left.
But it did feel like when it came down to those gun rounds, I felt better about C9's performance rather than Shopify. I felt like Shopify, they kind of got those first 3 rounds.
Much damage.
SR did, and indeed, right click though from Jazzy We're pushing out from the green.
Shopify. There was a couple rounds where Shopify were willing to flood in.
Exactly.
But that was only off the back of an early opening. They usually played those utilities. This time around for C9, they just completely flood work, and then you don't get rewarded with the eeks. That was Alexis there, getting them stolen right under her, but it feels good to tee up your teammates.
Oh yeah. At least you'll get a little bit of points under the assist column. An extra piece of obstacle to play on this retake attempt from Cloud9 White. Fragment onto the ground. Counter knives going back and forth, but Katsumi still gets first blood. Now we're trying to answer back. We're just running and gunning. C9 trying to fight back on a 2 versus 1. And finally, it looked like...
And again, I think the way that Bob approached the beginning of this round, it was just too telling. There's just too many tells in her movements, the way that she looked shook after she got tagged, felt angles, and TP away.
And here comes KP moving in slowly. There's that backstab. Katsumi falls. Mel finally answers back with an operator, but it's not going to be too many good shots. All the way from...
To get on this attack side, you saw that dart landing on top of that yellow crane, and as that's landing, a knife lands at the yellow for that further B main control. So Shopify rounds, even in that post, you can see Lori having fun, jumping up on top of her wall. Things can get dangerous though when it gets that much fun, but either way, Shopify, they're able to secure this one. And man, this next round, Vans, this next round might be the most important round of this entire map.
Hunter's Fury coming out, a ping onto the second one, and it lands off the Sonder. But there's that lurk. The jig is up at least for that, and the battle ensues towards the B site.
It does seem like Cloud9 are aware. So much noise.
It's gonna be an easy backstab. Trigger discipline on the last 2. Shopify take the lead by 2 into the site. Plant then goes down. And Jaska picks out.
Staying alive, everyone is blind.
Counter wall, sprays coming out. Big flashes once again from Alexis. As Katsuma's on the other end, catches one in a reload, goes for the backstab, and 3rd kill then onto KP. Only 1 left, Benita goes for the spray, out of bullets. Katsuma gets the kill, and C9 White, they do manage to get the thrifty.
What a round! What an insane round! Are not on Mel's side these last couple of rounds. Even though she gets the leg shot, she gets taken out. Flowerful finds the opening, and that just motivates Shopify to be able to close it out on this AX.
By a trademark.
Let's play.
Jig is up. Oh, a little early with the flash, but I like that for Bonita. She wants those eco kills. Give me them.
Repels across, gets the 2 kills, and Bob.
They're feeling real good right now. I mean, Bonita had no fear entering into the site, and as soon as that trip got triggered, right? As soon as Mel got that ground at that B main, again, instant reaction for Shopify on the other side of the map. Just takes that time.
To KP, lowering Firefall to fight back. Mel on the top of the rafters. The res comes out. Mel jumps on the top. She's gonna get caught by KP on the left side. But no, this might be it. There's only 2 left. Make that only Bob. A 2 versus 1 against KP and Firefall. Firefall on top of the A tower. Everything lays down on this. That's gotta be it. Shopify Rebellion eliminate Cloud9 White for the VCT Game Changers Championship.
And that's gotta feel so good. Look how much it means to them to beat them after getting beat online all the time for the last 2 years. Finally, on land, they're able to have a statement series and just dominate in the 3rd.
I don't know if you saw that, but look at KP. Go home, go home. You had the interview with KP. You remember the Twitter fingers that she wanted to tweet out onto Cloud9, onto the stage? Of course, it was to hold a trophy.
Yes.
But Elisa's this time, this is a great stepping stone for the confidence moving into the rest of the tournament.
Absolutely. I mean, you heard Benita talking about it, right? She's looking over across the table and saying, oh, they seem a little bit online to me. And that definitely helped bolster the ladies' confidence on Shopify. They didn't look like the #2 team in this series. They didn't look